Freedom of speech has come full circle with Twitter, the social networking and microblogging service which has taken the world by storm. Allowing people to let everyone know what they're doing when they're doing it, the service continues to grow at a rapid pace, from 475,000 members in February of 2008 to 7 million in February 2009. From the most mundane announcements like cooking my special spicy egg fried rice to take in for lunch tomorrow, to tweeting from the altar while getting married. The list goes on. But is there more to your tweet-happy thumbs than just the obvious? In this world infested with the cyber reality of GPS, smartphones, constant online access, etc., Twitter almost feels like a glue that fills any free time with more connectivity. It's almost like an overarching structure that we can fall back on when we find ourselves just, well, existing. Kind of like a community. That's right. A lot of psychologists and psychology writers are exploring the idea that Twitter is a modern-day replacement for our primitive, deep-rooted need for community. As one psychologist, John M. Grohl, writes in The World of Psychology, think of Twitter as instant messaging, except instead of talking to a single person, you're talking to the world. And the world talks back. According to Grohl, the first real online conversations of this nature started with blogging, and Twitter, after all, is simply microblogging. He also outlines some important differences between Twitter and the older forms of conversation like IRC, instant messaging, and chat rooms that make it such a social and psychological phenomenon. Its regular access and integration in one's life through the mobile platform in particular make it a much more pervasive force for those who buy into it. Carrying constant access through Twitter on your mobile means you have a constant inflow and outflow of information. The term ambient intimacy, coined by freelance contextual researcher Lisa Reichelt, describes letting people know exactly what you're doing in the real world and keeping up to date with whatever they are up to as well. In terms of receiving updates, Grohl hones into one of the common reactions of avid Twitter users. He talks of the feeling of missing something when one is offline and not receiving Twitter updates. This compulsion to cover all the ground you missed is where Twitter departs from a normal human conversation. As Dr. Grohl points out, these have a beginning, middle, and end. This is also how Twitter departs from email, chat, and other forms of online conversations, leaving one with a feeling of needing to always be there. Constantly checking the flood of tweets left by all the users you follow can easily become an obsession. This is an example of the psychological principle of intermittent variable reward. Discovered by American psychologist B.F. Skinner, this claims that humans prefer intermittent rewards over predictable rewards. If you can never expect what tweets you will receive next, you will want to keep coming back for more. Patricia Wallace, a techno-psychologist, believes part of the allure of email is also similar to that of a slot machine. You have intermittent variable reinforcement. You are not sure you are going to get a reward every time or how often you will, so you keep pulling that handle. Dr. Grohl ties this in with the general information overload that many are experiencing, looking very much like zombies while trying to process it all. While going through various tweets ranging from topic to topic, your mind is constantly shifting focus. As we're not able to focus enough attention on each tweet, our flow of thought is broken. As brain scientists now tell us, becoming an expert is not a matter of being a prodigy. It's a matter of being able to focus. Constant distractions in the form of tweets stop us from ever getting in flow, and more importantly, stops us from ever getting really good at any one thing. Taking a step further into the psychological aspect of Twitter, cognitive neuropsychologist Dr. David Lewis states that the very usage of Twitter suggests a level of insecurity. An insecurity whereby, according to him, unless people recognize you, you cease to exist. Can one's self-esteem really be nourished by merely existing in the Twitterverse? Well, it's true that an RT, or retweet, is generally taken as a compliment. That is, if one's tweets tend to be retweeted, or more simply, forwarded by one's followers to theirs, this is definitely a sign that what you're tweeting about is valued. The number of followers may also boost your confidence, much like the friends count on Facebook paints a flattering picture of your social standing. Retweeting and followers aside though, Twitter offers a platform for you to say whatever you want, no matter how personal, mundane, or relevant. In this way, one could see how it could become a mini representation of yourself, giving you an online identity where you are heard, and possibly compensating for a weaker presence in reality. But Twitter fame, substance, or impact works in mysterious ways. For instance, Janice Crooms, who took a photo of an Airbus A320 that had crashed into the Hudson River in New York, garnered a couple of thousand followers in just a matter of days. Ultimately, of course, as Dr. Lewis points out, it may stave off insecurity in the short term, but it won't cure it.
On Wednesday, at the second floor, Google Pakistan and the Pakistan Software Houses Association, or PASHA, teamed up for an online marketing workshop. Spearheaded by Badr Khushnood of Google, the event was held in order to raise awareness of the tools available to local tech companies to market their products and services online. A maximum of 3 people per company were registered so that there was broader participation. Amongst the topics discussed were researching and evaluating your business sector, identifying your online audience, making your online presence effective, and increasing traffic on your website. The event turned out to be quite useful for everyone, with a fantastic turnout with 98% of all those who registered showing up.
When asked if there was anyone who was, quote, desperate to market their products online, quite a few hands were raised, pointing to the need for such a workshop. Apart from the plethora of online tools mentioned in the presentation, such as Google Insights and Google Tracking, that point marketeers to topics that are most widely searched, the audience appreciated the information that the recent Google mapping party mapped the whole of Lahore in one day.